Do you know the original story of Cinderella? Cinderella is one of the most famous fairy tales, but it is much older than you thought. The Cinderella films are based on the 1697 fairy tale Cendrillon, which is almost identical to the Cinderella story, but we can in fact go further back. Released just 3 years before Cendrillon, we have Donkey Skin. Donkey Skin features a king who made his riches through a magic donkey which poops gold coins. But when his wife died, she told him he could only remarry if he found a woman prettier than she. But the only woman he could find prettier than his wife is, well, his daughter. After rejecting his advances, the daughter flees from the palace wearing the skin of the slayed magic donkey, which is where she gets the name Donkey Skin, and becomes a servant. A passing prince falls in love with her, so she bakes her ring into a cake for him to find. He tries the ring on every woman's finger until he eventually finds Donkey Skin. But we can actually take this even further back, all the way back to the 9th century, somewhere around the year 850, with the story of Yi Xian. Yi Xian's mother dies, and her father remarries 2 women, one of whom also dies and is reincarnated as a fish. And Yi Xian would often go to the pond to visit her. However, out of jealousy, Yi Xian's wicked stepmother, the other woman her father married, kills and eats the fish. An old spirit, possibly one of her ancestors, tells her to bury the fish bones in 4 pots under her bed and to pray to them. The stepmother takes her own daughter to a New Year's festival to find a potential suitor, but leaves Yi Xian at home so as not to ruin her daughter's chances. Yi Xian prays to the fish bones and is magically dressed in a silk dress and golden slippers, and she attends the festival. However, she rushes home, leaving a slipper behind when she is recognised by her stepsister. The slipper is found by a peasant, who trades it, and it eventually ends up in the hands of a nearby king, who, fascinated by the shoe's small size, declares that he will marry whoever fits the shoe, which leads him to Yi Xian. But it can be taken another step back, all the way back to somewhere from 7 BC to 24 AD, we find Rhodopis, a slave girl who had one of her sandals stolen by an eagle, who later dropped it into the lap of the king of Egypt, who then sent his men out to search for the girl who owned this sandal, and he, you guessed it, married her. So next time you sit down to watch the film, think to yourself,